Tonight, the storm of the season still making for near impossible travel in the Sierra. I-80 now closed for more than 24 hours. Thanks for being with us. I'm Luke Clary. The message from officials tonight, consistent and clear. Stay home and do not drive for virtually any reason if you live in a place where it looks like this outside. Garspal Sanga has been in the elements for us tonight, up and down I-80. And Garspal, you're now at the end of the line in Colfax. Any idea when the interstate could open back up?
Yeah, Luke, Caltrans tells me it's most likely not going to be tonight, but beyond that, they haven't really given an ETA of when that is going to open. So we're here in Colfax, like you mentioned. This is where I-80 is closed on this side, and then on the other side, the westbound side is closed as state line. So freeway is closed. And here earlier, we received some snow, but that has all melted away. But one Caltrans worker tells me that the reason why they've closed the freeway is because there were about 100 cars that were stranded around Donner Summit last night into this morning. And we don't have an official count yet on the whole freeway, but Caltrans and CHP are pleading with people not to try to cross the Sierra this weekend. But for the people who live beyond the roadblock, it was a party must go on with or without power. Day 3 of the winter storm causing dangerous conditions in the higher elevation and bringing lower elevation snow, but the mess on the roadways continues. For communities like Dutch Flat, around 3,000 feet elevation, the strong winds Friday night snapping power poles and leaving some in the dark.
As soon as we got home, the power went out.
But the power for the town was restored Saturday evening, just in time for the town to meet up for the Speak Easy fundraiser for the Alta Dutch Flat Elementary School, sending around 90 kids to Soda Springs for a ski trip at all expenses paid.
Some of these kids, it's the first time that they ever get to experience snow.
It took the entire village to put the event together, attended by more than 100 locals, playing various games, buying raffle tickets, and enjoying each other's company.
This was planned months in advance, but you know what? Alta Dutch Flat Parents Club does not give up. We don't surrender, and our kids are just that special that we will continue to do it.
While the mountain town is dealing with changing conditions, they hope people wait until the storm passes before traveling up to the Sierra.
Stay home. Don't travel because the weather's crazy and it's dangerous.
It's just safer to stay home where you're not going to get stuck in a blizzard and block up the roads.
And back out here live along I-80 in Colfax. And when you lock up the roads, that locks up emergency services and that stretches them thin. And that is why I-80 is closed. Now, when it's going to reopen again, Caltrans not letting us know, but it's very difficult conditions up in the Sierra. Luke.
All right, Garspal Sanga, thank you for that reporting. Another major impact of this storm, power outages. We spoke with PG&E tonight. The utility tells us that there are more than 450 crews working to get the lights back on. More than 7,000 households are without power right now in the Sierra and Northern Valley. Close to 200 power poles and transformers have been damaged so far. So let's turn it over now to ABC 10's Carly Gomez. And Carly, this has been the big one of the year so far.
Yeah, it's the biggest system that we've seen so far this whole winter. And this blizzard, I mean, we don't see widespread blizzards over northern Sierra and as well as the central Sierra. It's usually in a small frame or small area, and typically it's just a winter storm watch or warning. But now with the blizzard conditions continuing into Sunday morning, we're looking at low elevation snowfall. And we're looking at also some areas where you're seeing some hail, a little bit of a severe thunderstorm potential pushing through. And we've seen some quite a bit of hail throughout most of Northern California in the last 24 to 48 hours. Take a look at some of the low elevation snowfall. Grass Valley at temperatures around 31 degrees. We've been looking at on and off snowfall. Hasn't been very heavy, but has been dropping and at least sticking a little bit there. Forest Hill also seeing some snow. Pollock Pines is beginning their fair share, as well as areas just there east of Placerville. Still a mix of rain as well as that snow. Further south, you're looking at areas around Jackson, still getting some rain. And we are looking at a thunderstorm here near Rancho Calaveras, as well as some areas where we're looking at some hail falling. So potential for dangerous conditions here. So please be safe if you're in this area right now. Otherwise, we're not seeing any radar indicated rotation. So that's some good news. Otherwise, Murphy's looking at some low snow, and Groveland starting to get some, as well as Coulterville starting to look at some of that snow falling. Again, low snow elevation coming into the early morning hours as cold temperatures continue to seep through in the overnight hours. Our model snowfall so far has been pushing us closer to about 48 inches of snowfall near Donner, with 44 in Tahoe City, 42 in Truckee. Now, with visibility in miles, we're really reduced right now down to less than a mile in Truckee and a half a mile in South Lake Tahoe. Although, look at state line there, you can see that's even further lowered down to even maybe a couple hundred feet or so, as we're not seeing much visibility there. Placerville also reduced visibility. Everyone else looking much decent, much better there at 10 miles in visibility. But blizzard warning in effect until 10 a.m. tomorrow. But what we're seeing with that also is that the winds will continue, and that's leading to that avalanche warning until 6 a.m. for Sunday for portions of the Sierra, with blowing snow in Mono County. Now, as we take a look at our snowfall, we're going to continue to see it dropping at lower levels. But as we start getting into your Sunday, we'll get some time where we'll see some of that breaking up. Of course, we'll talk more about the timing and how much more is left in the storm system coming up.
Yeah, lots more to talk about. Thank you, Carly.